The Hindu American Community Services Incorporated is a non-profit organization operating in the capital area. Some time ago, we had aired a documentary about their activities. Here is an updated version of that.
HACSI, the Hindu American Community Services Incorporated, is a vehicle for community service in America's capital. All our scriptures remind us that service to humanity is service to God. Naraseva is Narayana Seva, is the refrain of all the Hindu saints and philosophers. Swami Vivekananda exhorted us, look upon every man, woman as God. You cannot help anyone, you can only serve. Serve the children of Lord. Serve the Lord Himself if you have the privilege.
As Hindu Americans are one of the richest communities in the US, it is important for them to not only help the poor in India, but also to give back to the community where they are settled. In 2007, a few volunteers from Sri Siva Vishnu Temple started volunteering at the DC Central Kitchen to prepare vegetarian meals for the homeless. Soon, more and more Hindu American groups joined in the Food for the Homeless initiative. Around that time, hundreds of refugees from Bhutan were being resettled by the US government in the Washington-Baltimore area. Almost 2,000 families were scheduled to arrive between 2008 and 2012. These families needed help in adjusting to the new environment, in seeking jobs, in providing for their children by way of computers and school supplies. To fill this void and find additional funds, a few Hindu families started pondering as to how best to create a community service organization which could help in this endeavor for and on behalf of the Hindus.
Thus was born HACSI, Hindu American Community Services Incorporated, in the state of Maryland as a non-profit organization. HACSI's mission is to facilitate Hindu Americans to provide community, charitable, educational, and relief services. It works with all like-minded organizations, coordinating their efforts and supplementing their services to fill identified gaps. The way the Food for Homeless program is managed amply demonstrates HACSI's modus operandi.
Providing food, shelter, and clothing to your parents and children is your duty. Assisting your friends and relatives is a good deed. Helping the poor and needy is the real service to God.
Under HACSI's umbrella, 22 different organizations prepare more than 100,000 meals every year at the DC Central Kitchen, which has the capacity to prepare 5,000 meals at any time. It is truly a sight to see the enthusiasm of the youngsters from the Hindu American community participating in the community services.
Well, it's been just a tremendous relationship. Since 2007, thousands and thousands and thousands of meals, healthy meals, have gone up to the shelter, and programs all around the community, programs, after-school programs, battered women's shelters, drug treatment centers, places where people can heal physically. But also the important part is the agencies we partnered with have been able to save hundreds of thousands of dollars that they can then redirect towards healing people. So that's one of the powerful parts of this relationship. And I'm very interested in the idea of both the oppressed and the oppressor being healed at the same time. You know, what's exciting about the kitchen is it's a chance for people to work side by side. You know, men and women in our job training program, the volunteers, whether they're great young men and women, the future of our country, whether they're old timers like you and me.
Here at DC Central Kitchen, we make close to 5,000 meals every day. About half of those go to the city shelters, and the other half go to a whole series of agencies, whether they're transitional homes, halfway houses, after-school programs for kids, senior centers, financial literacy programs for women who are victims of abuse. What we are aiming to do is provide meals to these agencies for free so that they can invest their resources in their programs and services to further empower and liberate their clients. The Hindu community here, by them coming in and bringing in these tremendous groups of people that are energized and want to be part of what we do. They help us do our job better, so in turn the many agencies that we serve can do their job better. When we can provide meals with fresh, healthy vegetables, brown rice, salads like this group does, that only makes our job more successful. The contribution that the Hindu American community has made to the kitchen is immense. Well over 500,000 meals have gone out, have been prepared by this group, again, lovingly and with care and dignity and respect. And in addition, the group has combined for well over $100,000 of cash donations, financial donations, investments in DC Central Kitchen's mission. So a lot of the money that we raise through the Hindu community is used not only to buy food, but to provide good paying jobs with benefits.
You've opened the door to the Hindu community. To me, that's the great treasure. We'd love to do more. For us, it's the ongoing partnership. You brought so many people here, so many different groups. So the idea that what started out as a one-time event has now grown into not just an annual, but I think a long-term partnership.
And for us, this is something which we see as beneficial not only to the community here, but to the campus community back home from where we're from. And it was probably one of the most insightful experiences we've had. This is something which we look forward to coming back to every year. This is a partnership which we want the young students from college to become very familiar with and make it a habit of their life. This is something which we have a lot of fun doing, because not only are we getting to know one another, we're getting to know students from other schools.
I just think it's a very, very fun way of doing community service.
If you look in the kitchen, everyone's having fun, everyone's joking around. At the same time, we're doing something that is going to help the community in a greater way.
HACSI, in its quest to care for the welfare of the Bhutanese community, has arranged for computer-related courses and donated the much-needed school supplies and computers to the school-going children. HACSI has also provided for driver education licenses to a few adult members to facilitate their being gainfully employed. HACSI has also facilitated for their monthly satsang fora so that they can continue to impart spiritual and cultural tradition to their children. It is no wonder that next to the government, these Bhutanese families look to HACSI for their needs, and in turn, HACSI has made them feel as our dear neighbors.
We have good contact with Hindu American Community Services, and they have been helping us in many sectors like free medical camps, computer literacy classes, distribution of computers to the needy families in our community, and also other stuffs like giving winter clothes and all the stuff. We have been so proud to have Hindu American Community Services with us working together.
They have been doing counseling to the newly arrived people about American culture, American way of living and stuff. Food distribution, clothes distribution, like winter clothes, some warm clothes.
HACSI's Benevolent Fund is intended to help disadvantaged members of the Hindu community who suddenly face calamities like death or protracted illness. In 2010, HACSI donated $5,000 to a family with 2 children whose only breadwinner suddenly passed away. In 2011, when 2 Bhutanese youngsters were shot in one of the robbery incidents in which one of them died, HACSI provided $5,000 to take care of their immediate expenses. In 2013, HACSI and its volunteers are helping a Hindu family where the main breadwinner is seriously ill and has been hospitalized for a long time. The volunteers have provided food, accommodation, transportation, medical and legal help, and financial support. What HACSI has done so far is minuscule when compared to the real needs of the Hindu community. As such incidents cannot be predicted, it is critical to raise adequate funds in advance to the Benevolent Fund. dedicated to help the needy families. Having at least $100,000 as seed money to this fund is HACSI's goal.
This documentary explains the tenets of the Indic religions and compares them with those of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, and is now being shown over 150 PBS stations and will reach a good part of over 100 million people. But public television is not typically, as you all know, watched by middle and high school students. As stereotype impressions and misconceptions are formed at a young age and very hard to remove, HACSI has joined the effort to distribute this documentary and the teaching guide to all middle and high school and junior colleges in the country. Another initiative, teaching about religions, prepared by Interfaith Conference of Washington, discusses the beliefs and practices of all 11 major religions of the world. Answers for questions about each religion are prepared by scholars who are practitioners of that religion, thus ensuring authenticity. Hindu community has often complained about school textbooks in the United States giving a distorted picture of our Hindu faith. So it is important for the Hindu community to extend your support now for wider dissemination of this authentic and objective material nationwide.
We enjoy our freedom because of the sacrifices made by the soldiers serving in the United States military. It is our duty to make them feel that we care for them. HACSI is facilitating it by sending care packages to Hindus in the active duty and by organizing cultural programs for Makara Sankranti, Holi, Krishna Janmashtami, and Diwali festivals celebrated at Walter Reed Military Hospital in Bethesda, Maryland, and at the Pentagon.
Within a short span of 4.5 years, HACSI has made substantial progress in facilitating thousands of volunteers, including many youngsters, to perform service to the local community. It has brought 22 different organizations together to provide food for the homeless. In 2013, HACSI received 2 prestigious awards for its exemplary service to the community. On May 22, 2013, Interfaith Conference Bridge Builder Award for its contribution to the interfaith activities and community service irrespective of the color, community, race, or religion. India Abroad wrote a glowing tribute, prestigious honor for all volunteer Desi organizations in the capital area. HACSI also received a Social Service Award from National Federation of Indian Americans on June 7, 2013. The award was given to HACSI for mobilizing the spirit of giving by Hindu Americans and to assist those in the local community who find themselves in adverse circumstances. While HACSI truly conforms to the tenets of the Bhagavad Gita, do your duty and don't expect rewards, such publicity and recognition does help HACSI's mission of encouraging more Hindu Americans to perform services to the local community.
Our aim is to expand these activities to other cities in the US. Our fervent dream is that one day HACSI will become an international organization like Red Cross and United Way.
With God's help and physical and financial support by all of you, this dream will surely come true.